Buds and buttons, I'm Vicky, this is Cat Mum Crafts, this is Tyler, and Lily's just over there but you can't see her. So, you may have noticed yesterday was in fact not Tile of the Week Thursday. Of course somebody's deciding to move the bins around right now. Lasai. So before we get on to the beginning of March's makes, I'm going to show you Tile of the Week. So, it's the Mitered Granny with ends all over everywhere. But again, not bothered about that because it's all going in a backed blanket anyway. So that's that. Now I had another flick through, I used Aran and a 5mm as I've done with everything. I did have a quick flick through the actual tiles book that Sam's going off of, and there are a few more that I'm willing to consider rather than just going nope, which will make the whole project last a bit longer, but we move. So where it's an appropriate week, I'll be joining in with that square. Where it's not, I'll be doing these. I think this one is a this book next week. But I do need to start paying attention properly. So next week, theoretically, it's going to be circle in a square. If it's not circle in a square, it's going to be one from the main book. But we're getting there. So there's that. Hopefully next week, Tile of the Week should be Thursday. So I've switched out my project because it's a new month. And so this month is the return of the Hectors. Now, they're not going to be finished this month. Because it is a painful make. Hector's body has not changed any. This is Thing 2's Hector. Well, it does make a very nice hat. If I had the patience for it. But in here somewhere, Hector has most of an eyeball. And I'm still holding 2 strands of DK together, just to give the effect, especially on the green. I don't know if you can tell. There's a sort of bright green and then a sort of muted bright green. So Hector is making slow progress. He will definitely be continuing. And then mine. Do you know what though? I might just single strand mine. He'll be a lot smaller. Hello. This is someone we've not seen in a while. This is Lily Pad. Don't hiss at me. Madam, don't hiss at your sister either. So yeah, I might just not make Hector furry and just my Hectorina, whichever one, I don't know, and just make mine in single stranded because that will be a lot easier, but Thing 2 wants a huge hairy effort. Although, that said, I might just switch to making mine. I might alternate on between the days to make Thing 2's mine, Thing 2's mine, Thing 2's mine. It'll make the whole shebang last longer, but I'll get quicker progress on mine. And then it'll be done. So then I only have to battle through Thing 2's. But you will see more next week. In this little bag, I have my knitted Japanese knot bag and mother of all tangles again. Get off. So last time we spoke, I was there, so we've added that much. We've got that much of a little teeny tiny ball left, and then I think what I'm going to do is switch the little teeny tiny ball out for a few rows of this just to join it, and then join it for the long handle. I realise that's not very long, but theoretically by the time I've added the rest of it, it should be a reasonable about can't word today amount longer. I might also have a dive in my scrap and see if I've got any teeny tiny other scraps. I'll do that after. Get a bit more length on it. But my definite plan is to reattach before I get to this end, so I can reattach the matching colour. And then the smaller strap, I'm just going to do all in the matching colour, so that I've got a thing. But yes, I'm going to be doing some work on that today. So hopefully, well, so you'll definitely see some progress next week on that. And finally, after Tuesday's hysterical crying fit, Sam's got back to me. It's called the Phoenix Shawl by Cinnamon Stitches. So we can now giggle at the, thank you, giggle at the irony, because Wednesday I was talking about making Fawkes the Phoenix and why phoenixes were important to me. Oh, the irony. Although possibly if Sam knows her mythology and was planning in a sneaky planning manner, then hi, I'm talking to you from a top above account. Emotional support grumpies, aren't you? A grump. Sorry, that completely derailed me. Then she might have picked the Phoenix specifically, or she, I don't know. I'm not. It'll throw my brain trying to work out that. But good choice, Sam. Anyway, right, you, I'm afraid, my little precious fur ball, I'm going to have to move. But after that, I decided that I wanted to get cracking on something. So, in a very nearly themed everything, I made a start on with the yarn, the leftover yarn, and I'm just making a bandana cowl, so one of those that goes around the front like a bit of a shawl with a snoody job attached. But I've got a butterfly with purple marking my front. I've got purple size 5 crochet hook, 5mm crochet hook, purple yarn obviously. The only thing I've not got is a purple project bag, but that's in hand, and my purple Mingo stitch marker to mark my progress. I was going to do the wild oleander, but I decided that I wanted to let the yarn speak for itself and not disappear into funny stitches. So I found another tutorial I can't for the life of me remember which one it is. If I remember, I'll link it if I can. If not, when I'm done, it'll be in my videos I've used playlist. So what I'm doing is 5 stripes of the Gorgeousness from Sam, 5 rows even, and then 10 rows in Mandala Ombre in Chi, so you can just about see the difference. And then 5 rows, 10 rows, 5 rows, 10 rows. And then the edging of the snood cowl hood thing will also be maybe 5 rows again of each of this, then the main body in this one, and then 5 rows. That's my plan. I've also been doing a bit of cross stitching. Hop over to my other channel, I'm Not Cross, I'm Stitching, to see what I've been doing there. I've been working on my Monday Gurumi and the new Impkin. What else? My movie marquee's had some background work, as has the Boggy Creek blanket. Which means until I've done, I need to do 4 or 5 more squares. I want to do 4 or 5 more squares this month for my movie marquee, and then I'll go back to my swirly cake squares. What else? There's something else. Something for it. Oh yes, my wardrobe flip project thing. Can't word. I've made a start on that. But all will be evident at, I think, the end of the month. Yeah, all will become evident there at the end of the month, where I have a specific video for it. So I'm going to trundle off because I am incredibly tired again. I was waiting for the postman to arrive this morning, so after Thing 2 went to school, I went back to bed but didn't sleep as long as I normally do, because I knew roughly when Postie was arriving. So I had an order from Hobie. I'm not doing a haul on that, although you can see some of it in there. Essentially because it's all for historical hooking, an episode of which will be coming out soon, and I really do need to start getting a shufti on that. So I'll have to give something thunk about that and prioritise again. Anyway, I digress. In fact, I digress and get completely lost. So yes, I didn't sleep as long as I normally do, is what I was failing to say. So I'm going to have some lunch and get my head down for a bit. Self-care, people, self-care. I think that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to clamber out from underneath 2 cats, eat food, and then go back and snooze under a different cat. So look after yourselves, please, physically and mentally, because, you know, if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anybody else. And, you know, I would miss you genuinely if you were poorly. In the immortal words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to one another, and as ever, love you 9000. Bye.